It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Give me room, give me space. When I walk into the place, keep your eyes on straight. Eyes on straight, keep your eyes on straight. Eyes on straight, keep your eyes on straight. Wait, give me room, give me space. When I walk into the place, keep your eyes on straight. Eyes on straight, keep your eyes on straight. Eyes on straight, keep your eyes on straight. Hey, when I'm in doubt, I bring it back to the south. These label niggas acting fishy too, we treat them like trout. My contract stipulation keep me pleasing the crowd. But if they hatin', I may have to amputate them like y'all. My nigga, who that? Y'all wasn't around for them fools down. Rockin' steel toes, yeah, around like it's boot camp. Hiding like Osama when my crush started looking till I started slinging wood like a young Paul. But you know my motherfucking minutes run game like a scrimmage. Got the fam out the trenches. My potential got no limits. Need change like a limits. How you pull my commitments? Nigga used to be timid. That white pledge independence been a go. But rappers didn't want to admit. I got the game in a choke, now they gotta submit. I'm hot as it gets, dropping payments down on the crib. I kept it solid with my partners and they pockets legit. Yeah.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well this afternoon, going into the evening. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about Kendrick Lamar once again. But this time, we've got Roc Nation coming out and speaking. Now, of course, Kendrick's selection for the Super Bowl was kind of riddled in controversy, unfortunately. There was a population of people that felt like Lil Wayne should have been chosen, right? There was some people that felt like it was an outrage that Lil Wayne was not chosen. Lil Wayne himself came out and did his own form of protest and, you know, acting like a bit of a brat when it happened. We had members of Lil Wayne's own crew, Cash Money, Juvenile, come out and say, you know, it should have been Wayne. Nicki came out, said it should have been Wayne. A lot of people galvanized behind that, right? Kendrick raps about it on his album. GNX comes right in, says, I feel like my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Lil Wayne reaches out, you know, and it kind of gets, you know, we move on. We've had numerous people come out and say that they've spoken to executives at the NFL. We just talked earlier about how Mark Lamont Hill said he had spoke to somebody at the NFL and they are, you know, giving him free reign to do whatever it is that he wants to do at the halftime show. They're not holding his hand. They're not micromanaging him. I think that's a little bit of a lie. I think they're definitely going to give him, you know, certain guidelines to stay within, but how he interprets that creatively, they're not going to, you know, micromanage that. But there's conversations happening between his team, their team, and stuff like that. He's not going rogue, right? But nonetheless, people have been speculating about how all of this has been rolling out, what to expect from the Super Bowl. We even had Absol come out and issue a tweet saying that he received a FaceTime call from Dave Free, which has never happened before. I'm guessing Dave Free, you know, let him see what the set was looking like or the rehearsals were looking like, and maybe gave him some insight on what to expect, knowing that he wouldn't, you know, some confidential talk. But he came out speaking in all caps saying, hey, man, the Super Bowl finna be crazy. Some people interpret that as a black hippie reunion of sorts that could possibly happen at the Super Bowl. I'll be honest, if it does happen, don't expect them to perform. Just being honest. Do I think that he may bring them out there on that stage for them to bask in the glory and be a part of it? Sure. I don't see that being out of the realm of possibility. But do I think that they're going to go up there and like black out on some hip hop rap cypher type stuff in the middle of one of the most important performances of his entire career? Absolutely not. But, you know, I understand they have their hopes up. But again, we've had so many people saying, we spoke to the NFL, we spoke to this person, we spoke to that person. I spoke to the folks at the Grammys and they said that they did a performance with Lil Wayne and he was late. He was not serious about the job and all of those things. But now we've got Miss Desiree Perez from Roc Nation. She's the CEO of Roc Nation, right? She is Jay-Z's literal right-hand woman in the music industry. They've been working together for damn near 2 decades, okay? And she has come out and done an interview with NOLA.com, okay, confirming that Kendrick Lamar was absolutely the right choice. I mean, hell, if they didn't think he was the right choice, they certainly would not have gone through with it. But based on all of the think pieces and the speculation and the rumors and the this and the that, Ms. Desi has come out and just said, you know what, let me just put all this shit to rest. Let's check out the article, the interview. It's not necessarily an interview. She did an interview with them and they took excerpts from the conversation and put it into the article. So unfortunately, it's not a full chronological Q&A session, you know what I'm saying? But they have pieces of what she had to say. I'll go ahead and share my screen. Give me a moment. And big shout out to Opinionated Truths for putting this on my radar to begin with. All right, so here we are. Roc Nation chose Kendrick Lamar, not Lil Wayne for Super Bowl halftime show. Here's why. I ain't gonna lie, that's a little bit messy, NOLA.com. That's a little bit messy. Why y'all had to headline it like that? Jesus Christ. Why not say Roc Nation chose Kendrick Lamar as the perfect candidate? What about Desi Perez speaks on choosing Kendrick Lamar for the Super Bowl? This is a little bit messy. But I'm sure there's some people out there that love the mess. The company CEO says Lamar was the right person for the show at this moment. All right. Get into the text of it. Lil Wayne was considered for the upcoming Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show. Adding SZA as a special guest was Kendrick Lamar's idea. And Jay-Z is apparently a trombone shorty fan. Okay. Desiree Perez, the CEO of Jay-Z's Roc Nation, shared these and other insights during a recent interview about the entertainment for the Super Bowl. Roc Nation, which encompasses a record company, music and sports management, music publishing, and more, has collaborated with the NFL on Super Bowl pregame and halftime music since the 2020 game. That a fresh approach was needed was apparent at least as far back as the Saints Super Bowl victory in 2010, when the halftime show entertainment was The Who, a band 30 years past its commercial, creative, and cultural peak. Threw their ass under the bus too. Over the ensuing decade, some artists publicly boycotted the Super Bowl, including Cardi B and Pink, who cited their support for former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick's social justice-related protests. Jay-Z himself once turned down a halftime show invitation. He told the New York Times in 2020 after the NFL pressured him to include specific special guests. Pop rock band Maroon 5's appearance at the 2019 halftime show in Atlanta, a city that factors prominently in contemporary hip-hop, was apparently the final straw. People were not happy with the show in Atlanta, Perez said. Afterwards, the New York Times reported the New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft approached Jay-Z about Roc Nation getting involved. Okay. So Robert Kraft was the one who initiated this with Jay-Z and Roc. Okay. The message, Perez said, was we need experts to come in and curate and produce the halftime show, and it shouldn't be the NFL. The goal was to get the halftime show to be something that artists are excited to perform at. How do we make this about the music and the moment and not about everything else that's going on around it? Okay? So Robert Kraft reached out to Jay-Z and them, and we saw Jay-Z performing at Tom Brady's, Hall of Fame and all that shit. So clearly they're all tied in. And this motherfucker said, and they said it shouldn't be the NFL that produces this, that shouldn't make the decision, because they're disconnected. They're not really of the culture. They're not listening to the music that actually gets the players going, gets them amplified in the locker room to go out there and bust each other fucking head open. What do we got to do to make this right? Okay. So let's keep going. They say rap is not the only option. The process is more involved than simply recruiting an artist with hits. If it was just booking an act, that's easy, Perez said, but it's not. It's more about when, why, who, right? So if you read the context clues here, yes, it's not a coincidence that Kendrick was chosen. Kendrick was there 2 years ago. Kendrick's been busting heads with music. And based on the year that he had, the outstanding year that he had last year, he was the man of the moment. He was the man of the year, the man of the hour, the man of the moment. The nigga just was everything. I mean, if you wanna just take a literal approach to this and go across YouTube, look at how many Kendrick Lamar videos have circulated in the past 12 months compared to the previous 12. And you'll just see how much of a draw he is and has become based on strangling a goat. Okay? And that's not to say that he was not prior, right? I've been a fan since day one. But that does mean that he drove his stock up. He was already at the top. He shoot through the fucking to the moon, as they say with them crypto niggas. To the moon. Let's fucking go. Let's keep going. So they say, what is the theme? What is the pulse of the times of where we're going, of what people are listening to? We take all that into consideration. Inevitably, some Super Bowl viewers will be unhappy. Not everyone in the world listens to the same thing, Perez said. A halftime show that is entertaining to everyone, whether or not they know the artist, is key. So even if this ain't your favorite artist, the point is to choose the right people that can put on a very good show. That even if you don't know them, you see them up there bodying the show, you say, damn, this is entertaining. I had fun. I typically wouldn't listen to this person, but this was excellent, right? The show should be a way to acknowledge our times, and at the same time, what the hell? Sorry for that little quick interruption. The show should be a way to acknowledge our times and at the same time respect everyone that's watching. Genres of music have evolved in such a way that hip-hop is loved by white, black, all races. That's the idea, bringing generations together. Roc Nation's founder is a rapper, but that doesn't mean the Super Bowl won't ever present rock or country. Perez noted that Jay-Z's wife, Beyonce, has collaborated with country icon Dolly Parton and that Reba McEntire sang the national anthem at last year's Super Bowl in Las Vegas. She says, I actually can't wait until we get some country music in the halftime show, she said. I think we want all kinds of music. That's definitely something we are working on to make sure that we're covering all kinds of music, okay? So moving forward, don't be surprised if we stop seeing so much hip-hop R&B icons that are headlining the show. Maybe they'll be a part of the show. Maybe they'll, you know what I'm saying? But I think that the presence of the culture moving forward is still going to be centered around what it is that we're paying attention to. It's just that there may be a bigger pool that they choose from. Y'all, pardon me. I didn't know I was froze, but a couple little technical things happen over here. We'll keep going, though. So she says she can't wait to get some country in that motherfucker, man. And I ain't gonna lie. Beyonce gonna have to spin the block before it's all over with. You feel me? Her and Shabuzi. Shit we saw at the Beyonce Bowl. But we'll keep going. They say the list starts with Jay-Z. According to Perez, the list of potential halftime performers originates with Jay-Z. So he's the one, he gets the first call, he makes the list, and then from there, the deliberation process continues. She says he comes back with ideas. It really starts with his thinking. It's easier for him. It's almost like a chef picking the specials for the evening. He's Gordon Ramsay up at this motherfucker, man. He comes up with the short list, and we work our way through that. Numerous factors are considered, including the hosting city. It was no coincidence. Oh man, this about to get y'all niggas going, ain't it? It was no coincidence that the Super Bowl In Miami, the first halftime show produced by Roc Nation star Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. Super Bowl in Inglewood, California, featured West Coast rap icons Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Kendrick Lamar. Oh, fuck. Damn, y'all finna make it seem like this was a travesty all over again. Roc Nation intentionally stocked this year's pregame program with Louisiana talent. Okay. So although the headliner is not from New Orleans or Louisiana, the pregame is going to be giving a platform to local Louisiana icons and musicians. All right. So John Batiste will sing the national anthem. Troy Trombone Shorty Andrews and Christian pop singer Lauren Daigle, who was born in Lake Charles and grew up in Lafayette, will team up for America the Beautiful. Okay? And I ain't gonna lie, I would love to see Christian Scott Adetunje up there too, but his name ain't on the list. Cause I've listened to his music for years. That nigga shit fire. Anyway, and contemporary R&B singer Ledisi, who was born and raised in New Orleans before moving to Cali, will perform Lift Every Voice and Sing. Jay-Z was directly involved in selecting Shorty and other pregame performers, Perez said. He's a music connoisseur for sure. Now let's get into the consideration of Lil Wayne. Okay? Lamar's career is at an all-time high. This spring, the Pulitzer and Grammy winner will embark on the Grand National Tour, his first stadium headlining trek. He's had an incredible year, very deserving of the attention, Perez said. The Grammys also acknowledged that. That's part of the consideration for the halftime show. Of course, he's got a crazy amount of nominations. They're speculating whether or not he's going to make an appearance on stage. The head of the Recording Academy and Grammys, even last year, got caught walking by TMZ leaving the airport, and they said, "Hey, are y'all gonna nominate Kendrick Lamar for these diss tracks?" And he said, "If that's what the people want, that's what the people gonna get." So it was already a precedent that was set a year ago, or close to a year ago, that this is his time, and we're not gonna hold him back from nothing, right? In Perez's view, Lamar is well suited for a Super Bowl in New Orleans, even though he's a native of Compton, California. She says New Orleans is so rich in culture. We have to take into consideration that whoever is going to perform can speak to music culture regardless of age. It has to nod to real music regardless of the genre, and Kendrick does that. Kendrick's richness and culture is really a nod to New Orleans. Another rap star with a far more direct connection to New Orleans, Holly Grove native Lil Wayne, publicly campaigned for the halftime job. Wayne's name did come up during discussions. Okay? She says, "I didn't choose the artist, but I do believe that definitely there was consideration for Lil Wayne. But ultimately, the decision was made that Kendrick is the right person for the show at this moment." And I think really the question is, who was going to put on the better show, Wayne or Kendrick? We've seen footage of Wayne's performances. It's not as compelling. There was once upon a time when there was a more youthful, strong, healthier Wayne. The Wayne that people have been putting on the timeline, where he did the BET Awards and he did them award shows. And yeah, back when Wayne used to, that was the time where it would have made a lot more sense. But that time has passed. We got to be honest. He's going up on stage reading off teleprompters and stuff like that, which means that you got to be kind of stoic in one spot. The Super Bowl performance, as we've seen with working the stage, you gotta move around. You can't be looking at no fucking screen like you at the damn Grammys doing a monologue. Just is what it is. I fuck with Wayne. Y'all can hear it in my tone, in my music. I'm influenced by Wayne. Wayne has expressed I added some extra shit to it. Wayne has expressed disappointment at being passed over. During his sold-out Louisiana Fest at the Smoothie King Center in November, he said that he wanted his mother to see him perform at a hometown Super Bowl. Oh, no. No, Desi, you ain't hit her with the like that. Aw. Perez said when told of Wayne's comments. I think she might have said, "Oh, not the Kendrick version. Y'all messy as shit." Nola.com. She said, "I actually didn't know he had said that. We love that everybody wants to be on the stage, that we've completely changed the conversation to fighting for it versus boycotting. We've come a long way." Hey man, I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. I don't know if this is really Desi Perez saying this shit. Once I saw that, I hope them sentiments symbolic. I don't know if she really did this interview at this point, man. Somebody got to tell me the validity of NOLA.com at this point. We love that everybody wants to be on the stage, that we've completely changed the conversation to fighting for it versus boycotting. So now people want to compete rather than just go against. The halftime performer typically conceptualizes the look and the feel of the production. What viewers will see February 9th in the Caesars Superdome originated with Lamar. It was his decision to add singer SZA, a frequent collaborator, and his Grand National Tour co-headliner. So that was his personal touch, a little parsley, which there's going to be some more to it as well. Roc Nation and his collaborators, including Jesse Collins and longtime halftime director Hamish Hamilton, actually make the show happen. It's a little bit of a balance between artistic ambition and logistical realities, Perez said. From a numbers standpoint, the Super Bowl's Roc Nation affiliation is a success. Viewership for Usher's 2024 halftime performance topped 129 million. When combined with the social media audience, it was reportedly the most watched halftime show ever. It's definitely been an evolution, and I think positive, Perez said. Every year, we're trying to beat the viewership from last year. That's the goal, to have more and more eyeballs on this, to make it more and more exciting, and to evolve. Okay? So there we have it from NOLA.com. Desiree Perez, again, CEO of Roc Nation, Jay-Z's right-hand lady at the company. She laid it out there, okay? So everybody's standing 10 toes behind Kendrick, as they should. Everybody else, if you feel some type of way, you might want to make a call to your therapist, set up an appointment, get that venting session off. If you don't have the resources to visit your therapist, there's stress balls, okay? There's those big pillows. You can punch on them if you need to. You can slam them. You can act like you doing wrestling. You could do a stone cold stunner on that motherfucker, man. It's not gonna react like Vince McMahon, but you could do what you need to do. Just don't punch a hole in a wall. Make sure that you're doing something that's decompressing and not suppressing. Make some calls. Do what you need to do. Vent to a close friend who has a listening ear for you. And we'll see you Feb 9th at the Super Bowl, okay? That's all we can do for you. Nothing's going to change. Nobody's going to pressure him from backing out. Nobody's going to say that you can't perform whatever these songs are that you want to choose. So either watch the game, watch the performance, or not. Don't make it a personality defect. Just live your life, okay? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. First I'm out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.